vibrations. Right in front of you. Everything that you can give will only be returned to you. Have you ever felt the sunset? It's full of hope and answers. Let yourself go free and be drawn good vibrations. There is nothing here. It's not in constant change. This can comes with something. Daylight comes to night. Nighttime. Have you ever felt the sunset? It's full of hope and answers. Let yourself go free and be drawn into these good vibrations.
Hello. A very pleasant morning to all. Distinguished guests, academicians, delegates, colleagues, students, ladies and gentlemen. I extend a cordial welcome to all on behalf of Department of Chemistry, National Institute of Technology, Warangal, to the inaugural function of one-day seminar on recent developments in organic synthesis. This seminar is being organized on the occasion of centenary birth anniversary celebrations of late Professor Srinivasa Rajagopal, who was the founding head of the Department of Chemistry in 1967, REC Warangal, now NIT Warangal. It is being organized by Department of Chemistry in association with the family members of Professor Rajagopal. Birth anniversary is a great opportunity to acknowledge and honor the memory of our loved ones who have passed. If it is centenary birth anniversary, still it will be more special for the loved ones. A person is remembered and admired this much even after 100 years means we can imagine what kind of person he is. In this regard, chemistry family of NITW and his own family members intended to organize a seminar in his area of specialization to make the seminar more memorable. The department is privileged to host this one-day seminar to commemorate the centenary birth anniversary of Professor Rajagopal, founder, head and pioneer of the department. He laid a strong foundation for the department on which the chemistry fraternity stood and flourished today. We all wholeheartedly gathered here to pay tribute to him on his 100th birthday. The department thanked the family members of Professor Rajagopal for their initiative to make this program happen. With this brief introduction of the program, I feel delighted to invite our driving source, Professor N.V. Raman Rao, Director, NIT Warangal, as today's chief guest. I request Dr. Srinivasa to accompany him. I request my scholar Gayatri to welcome Director Sir. I am privileged to welcome today's guest of honor, Professor C.S. Angadiyawar, last PhD student of Professor Rajagopal at Karnataka University, Dharwad. I request Professor Kashinath Sir to accompany him. I request Nitika to welcome Professor with a sapling. Thank you very much, sir, for coming all the way to take part in the event. It gives me immense pleasure to invite Professor GVP Chandramouli, retired Professor of Department of Chemistry, NITW, onto the dais. I request Dr. Srinivasa and Hariprasad to accompany Professor Chandramouli, sir. I request M. Shirisha to welcome him with a sapling. He is also a special invitee as he is the first PhD student of Professor Rajagopal at NIT Warangal. I cordially invite Dr. Radha Rajagopal, daughter of Professor Rajagopal, onto the dais. I request Head Department of Chemistry to accompany Madam. I request Shrutilaya to welcome her with a sapling. So she is representing her entire family tree of Professor Rajagopal. We sincerely appreciate the efforts made by the children of Professor Rajagopal for their continuous follow-up of the program with a zeal to make the program momentous. With equal pleasure, I invite the dynamic leader of the department, Professor D. Kashinath, Head Department of Chemistry, onto the dais. I request T. Shirisha, Research Scholar, to welcome HOD with a sapling. He has put in a lot of efforts in making hassle-free arrangements by picking up the right person for the right job, which is the quality of a good leader. Thank you all. I now request the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp before the portrait of Professor Srinivasa Rajagopal to pay tribute to the professor. And I also request the family members of Professor Rajagopal to come on to the dais.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति 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 असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा
I request family members and dignitaries on the dais to join for garlanding the portrait of Professor Rajagopal and pay floral tribute to the professor.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति
I request the students to provide flowers.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति 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 असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति 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 असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति 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 असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति 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 असतो मा
Thank you all. Now I invite Professor D. Kashinath, Head Department of Chemistry, to to give welcome address and also brief today's program.
Chief guest of this program, our beloved director, Professor N.V. Ramana Rao Garu. Guest of honor for this program, Professor Angadiyawar, retired professor from Harvard University and very close associate of Professor Rajagopal. Professor G.P. Chandramuli Garu, one of the students of Professor Rajagopal and retired professor from the Department of Chemistry. Dr. Rama Rajagopal, the family members of Rajagopal sir, Raghu, Ranga, Radha madam, retired faculty from the Department of Chemistry, Professor Totar sir, Professor Kanakalingeshwara sir, Professor Ayek Reddy sir, Professor Ramchandra sir, Deans, Professor Vain Reddy sir, and other deans, other heads of the departments, Registrar, Professor Jaykumar sir, current faculty of the department, invitees, and student friends. A very good morning to everyone. It's my pleasure to be here on this occasion to celebrate the 100th centenary year, 100th birth anniversary of late Professor Rajagopal, who is founding member and also founding head Department of Chemistry, RC Warangal and NIT Warangal. When Dr. Radha madam came to the department during the HODship of Professor Vishnu and discussed about the program, I was overwhelmed. The reason is, you can see the year 1976. So it's almost 45 years plus. So even after 45 years plus, they are able to attach with their dad. At that time, they might be very small kids. But when she visited the department and saw the premises, old premises, and she saw one of the photo and also the board where we have the PhD awards. So first 3 to 4 names will be from the group of Professor Rajagopal, and one of the member is Professor Chandramuli sir. Then there were series of discussions. They came up with the program, or maybe they requested the department. It is not request, they proposed the department to celebrate his 100th birth anniversary in the department on, actually his birth anniversary is on December 16th, but at that time many of our students were on vacation and it is a break of the semester, that's why we could not do it at that time. Then we thought of having at a later date and we have decided this date. Even after 40 plus years, 45 years plus also, they are able to connect to their dad. That indicates what kind of personality he was and what kind of qualities or what kind of thought process he imbibed into his kids' minds. On this occasion, I wholeheartedly thank all the family members of Rajagopal sir on my own behalf, on behalf of the Department of Chemistry and also on behalf of NIT Warangal family. When we celebrate centenary year, usually we are conducting a scientific program. Conducting scientific program, discussing about science is one part, but remembering the person, his qualities, what he used to teach, what he used to practice is very, very important. That's why I think over 60 years, the foundations laid by Professor Rajagopal and his colleagues at that time, even now, we proudly say that Department of Chemistry is producing more number of papers. The Department of Chemistry is doing excellent. Department of Chemistry is maybe number one in all fronts. So Professor Rajagopal is an example. It is not only celebrating or maybe conducting the program. So we have to deliberate his thought process. We have to practice, and it is kind of a reminder for the current generation of faculty and also for the current generation of students. So for that, again, I thank all the family of Professor Rajagopal sir. Not only that, the Department of Chemistry and also Institute knows that there is a gold medal in the name of sir. So it was instated long back. And again, there is a discussion how best they can do for the department and what they want to do for the department. There was a discussion. Again, we are going to discuss this afternoon. So the Professor Rajagopal's or sir's thought process will be continued in the form of Radha Madam, Ranga sir, Raghu sir, and also Rama Madam. And that thought process will be maybe transferred or to the current generation of faculty who are there in the department. So the institute knows that we have Professor Rajagopal, Lakshma Reddy sir and Rajeshwara sir. With their retirement, the department is going to complete one generation of faculty, and only new generation will be there. So it is very, very important to have the ideas of old generation faculty, and it is very, very important to practice the thought processes and also taking the department forward. So with these few words, I thank the family of Rajagopal sir, and also I thank Director sir for accepting our invitation, and all the invitees, Registrar sir, and all retired faculty from the department, and everyone. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for briefing about the department as well as remembering Professor Rajagopal, sir. When we are remembering the founder head of the department on this auspicious day, it is very much important to know about the growth of the department. Let me now take the privilege of inviting Dr. Raghu Chitta, Associate Professor, to give an overview of the chemistry department.
Good morning to the dignitaries on the stage, faculty colleagues, administrative officers, and my student friends. First of all, I thank the organizers of the seminar for giving me this opportunity to give a brief profile of the Department of Chemistry. The Department of Chemistry was established in the year 1959 as an integral part of Regional Engineering College, Warangal. Since its inception, the department is rated as one of the most academically active departments in the institute. The department offers a 2-year MSc program with specializations in organic and analytical chemistry, and also offers engineering chemistry courses to all engineering branches. A 5-year integrated MSc program in chemistry has commenced from the academic year 21-22. The department is actively engaged in research in cutting-edge areas and contemporary topics of organic, inorganic, physical, analytical, and computational chemistry. The department houses various state-of-art facilities such as 400 MHz NMR, X-band ESR, FTIR, U-visible NIR spectrometer, fluorescence spectrometer, BET, LC-HRMS, gas chromatograph, HPLC, electrochemical workstations, and even advanced molecular modeling chemistry software. In addition, we have access to ICP OES, CD-ORD, Powder XRD, SEM, TGA, DTA, DSC, and fuel cell workstations from the Center for Instrumentation Research Facility. As a part of continuing education and outreach activities, the department has been organizing several national and international conferences, seminars, and workshops. So far, the department has produced 150 PhD students and published over 1,000 research articles in various highly reputed international and national journals. The alumni of the department are well placed in industry and academia with decent packages. The department is a DST FIST center in which liquid nitrogen plant has been procured and currently functioning and meeting the needs of the institute and also nearby universities and institutes. with the scientific vision of Honorable Director Professor N.V. Ramana Rao and the efforts of the faculty members of the department to meet the needs of the expanding department, both academically and research-wise, the modern modular research laboratories are being installed and will be soon functional. The faculty of the department have served in key administrative positions of the institute such as deans, chief wardens, registrars, professor in charge of teaching learning center, CII, RAA, DST scope. 6 of the department faculty have been recognized as either institute level best teachers or best researchers in sciences, and as many 8 are either fellows or associate fellows of the prestigious Telangana Academy of Sciences. With this, I once again thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the glimpse of our department. Professor Rajagopal took his last breath on 11th May 1976. Except senior professors, many of the faculty might have not been taken birth at that time. Certainly, along with us, all the young minds present here today might be eagerly waiting to know more about Professor Rajagopal. Let me now invite Professor P.V. Srilakshmi to present the brief profile of Professor Srinivasa Rajagopal.
Yeah, so today's chief guest, distinguished director, Professor N.V. Ramana Rao, and guest of honor, Professor Anganwadiyar, and Professor G.V.P. Chandramouli, retired professor of the department, and faculty member, daughter of Professor Rajagopal, Dr. Rama Rajagopal, and head department of chemistry, and distinguished guests of the dais, and my dear students, a very good morning. So it is my privilege and pleasure to read biodata of late Professor S. Rajagopal, founder head of the department and instrumental in establishing MSc course in the Department of Chemistry, NIT Warangal. So Professor Srinivasa Rajagopal was born on 16 December 1922 to Sri N. Srinivasa Iyengar and Srimati Almailammal at Kalyanapuram, Tanjavur district, Tamil Nadu. He had his early education up to elementary level in Kalyanapuram itself. He later pursued his high school education in Srinivasa Rao High School, Tiruvayur, Tamil Nadu. Thereafter, he studied his BSc in National College, Tiruchirappalli, and later he did his MSc from Andhra University, Voltaire. Presently it is called as Visakhapatnam. He obtained his PhD from Andhra University under the supervision of Padma Bhushan Professor T.R. Seshadri, a pioneer researcher in natural products. After his PhD, he joined as lecturer in Andhra University. Later, he sailed to Basel, Switzerland to pursue his postdoctoral research under the Nobel laureate Professor Richardson in the year 1953 to 1955. Then he returned to Andhra University after his postdoctoral research. Then subsequently, he moved to Karnataka University, Dharwad as a reader in chemistry in the year 1958. Then he moved to RACW, now NITW, as professor in the Department of Chemistry in 1967. He served the department and institute at various capacities like head Department of Chemistry, founding head Department of Chemistry, Dean, BVG member of RACW, etc. He guided many students for their PhDs. Nearly 20 students he has guided for their PhDs. He published around 130 articles in reputed national and international journals. And also because of his continuous efforts and his initiation, that MSc course has been started in the Department of Chemistry at REC Warangal, that is presently the NITW. He is also the first person to start PhD program in the Department of Chemistry. So as we are already mentioning, so he was the founder head of the department, and also he was the fellow of many academics like FACS, FRIC, fellow of Royal Institute of Chemistry, London, and a fellow of Indian National Science Academy, etc. So, unfortunately, he died at the age of 54 in the year 1976, May 11th, by an accident when he was on the duty to Osmania University. So this is a brief biodata, and we will have his personal and some professional what are the efforts he has put towards getting this MSc program. So it's he has really put a lot of efforts and a lot of struggle to bring this MSc Chemistry to this department. So we are going to view all these details in a video also. So the family members, they made a very good video. So we will be visualizing some of his achievements. Thank you one and all, and I thank the organizer to giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for highlighting the contributions made by Professor Rajagopal to the department. And it is great to know that he is the person behind this having MSc Chemistry in the department. Thank you so much. A picture speaks more than words. A small video can give a lot of information. Family members of Professor Rajagopal have prepared a small audio visual of Professor. So let us all watch it to know more about him. AV, please.
Already started.
First of all, I have to express my sincere thanks
Teaching is a noble profession that comes with responsibility and duty towards students. Teachers not only impart knowledge but inspire and motivate students for life. Many teachers have dedicated their lives to empowering students and making them better people, and Professor S. Rajagopal was one among them. Professor Rajagopal was born on December 16, 1922 to Sri N. Srinivasa Iyengar and Alamela Mal at Kalyanapuram, Tanjavur district, Tamil Nadu. He pursued elementary school in Kalyanapuram and high school in Thiruvayaru, a place made famous by the Tyagaraja Aradhana. His religious upbringing during his childhood both at home and in school, laid the foundation for his early discipline life in later years. He completed his BSc at National College, Trichy. Professor Rajagopal lost his father at a very young age but was supported in his pursuit of higher education by his elder brother, Professor Rangaswamy. He received an MSc in chemistry from Andhra University, Voltaire, present-day Visakhapatnam, and went on to join the chemistry department there. While working at the university, he pursued and received a PhD under the supervision of Padma Bhushan Professor T.R. Seshadri, one of Free India's eminent scientists. On August 29, 1949, Professor Rajagopal married Srimati Saranayaki in Needamangalam, Tamil Nadu. They were blessed with 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys. In 1953, Professor Rajagopal got an opportunity to work with the Nobel laureate Professor Rechstein in Switzerland. Not wanting to miss the chance to work with such a renowned scientist, he sailed to Basel, Switzerland and pursued postdoctoral work under his guidance. He continued to work with Professor Rechstein and other reputed scholars until 1955. He was honoured as a Fellow of the Royal Institute of Chemistry, UK. While in Switzerland, pharmaceutical company Sandoz, which is now a part of Novartis, offered him a job. However, he turned them down as he professed an immense love for his country. He returned to Andhra University to impart the knowledge that he had acquired working with several distinguished scholars to his colleagues back home. To further his professional career, Professor Rajagopal joined as a reader in the Department of Chemistry at Karnataka University, Dharwad in 1958. He remained in this position for nearly a decade, during which he was showered with a lot of respect, affection and admiration by colleagues and friends alike. Professor Rajagopal had a number of research scholars who pursued their PhDs under his guidance at Dharwad. Some of his early students went on to have illustrious careers themselves. We are honoured to name a few of his students from Dharwad: Dr. Naganagav, Dr. Kanakalingeshwara Rao, Dr. Angadiyavar, Dr. Jamkandi, Dr. Katti, Dr. Agasimundin, Dr. Jolad, and Mr. Totar. At the farewell party organized by Karnataka University before he moved to Regional Engineering College, REC Warangal, all his students felt that they would lose a good teacher, dedicated and brilliant researcher, and the guidance of a humble person. This led to some of his research students moving to REC with him. In 1967, Professor Rajagopal moved to REC Warangal, present-day NIT, as Professor and Head Department of Chemistry. His contribution to the department during the next 10 years was invaluable, as he devoted his whole life to the subject that fascinated him. He has several publications to his credit in reputed international journals. He was a brilliant scientist with a phenomenal memory, and chemistry was always on his mind. He made difficult calculations seem easy, surprising everyone with correct answers without using pen or paper. Even with a successful career in chemistry, Professor Rajagopal was a simple and unassuming person. He was very fond of his children and wanted to give them a good education to make them worthy citizens. He inculcated good values in them like honesty, generosity, and empathy toward others, which they still carry to this day. Professor Rajagopal left this world too soon. He attained divinity in 1976 while still serving the chemistry department at REC Warangal. Had he lived longer, he would have surely contributed to new discoveries in his field and touched many more lives. Today, we are honored to be celebrating Professor Rajagopal's birth centenary. it is only befitting that some of his students are present here on this momentous occasion. Our sincere hope is that his vision is carried forward and burns bright like a trail-blazing star.
That was really inspiring, motivating, great biography. So, complete his achievements, his contributions, everything was kept before us in just 5 minutes. It has really a great impact on all the young minds as well as all of us. Really, we are overwhelmed to see that AV. I sincerely appreciate the efforts made by the family members in making this AV available for all this audience to inspire them, to motivate them. Thank you very much. Now, I request our director, Professor N.V. Raman Rao sir, to address on this occasion.
Professor G.V. Chandamauli, Professor Angadiyawar, my head of Department of Chemistry, Professor Kashinath, other distinguished invitees, deans, advisors, and my dear students. At the outset, let me extend a very warm welcome to all the family members of Professor Srinivasa Rajagopal, and also his colleagues, former faculty of the chemistry department, to this centenary birth celebrations of late Professor Srinivasa Rajagopal. I would like to thank the family members for organizing this one-day seminar on recent development in organic synthesis on the occasion of the centenary birth anniversary celebration of late Professor Srinivasa Rajagopal. In fact, I would urge the Department of Chemistry to have an annual memorial lecture every year by inviting eminent scientists, especially in the chemistry. You know that today chemistry has changed everything. Almost every engineering discipline requires some knowledge of chemistry. I think already we know how chemistry in daily life affects us. In fact, after seeing the video prepared by the family members, I always remember that quote. They say that mediocre teacher tells, a good teacher explains, a superior teacher demonstrates, whereas a great teacher inspires. So he is a great teacher, and I am sure that all of you actually, especially I see a lot of young students, you will be getting inspired by the ideals and the principles, and I think that is the best tribute you can pay to Professor Srinivasa Rajagopal. In fact, I really am very happy that an event is being organized in REC and now NIT Warangal to celebrate his birth anniversary, and also inviting people who are associated with him. I know how difficult it is to travel at that age. I think most of you will be above 80. I think Professor Thotar and other really. I was really overwhelmed and surprised that such an impact he had in the chemistry department as well as the institute. So definitely I think it's a great tribute to him, and I'm sure the lectures that follow will also be very, very interesting. In fact, REC is known for the research culture, and I think at that time itself, in spite of the lack of facilities, he could guide many chemists. That self shows his research skills. Today, that we always give importance to research, and he has laid the foundation for the Department of Chemistry. I'm happy to inform you that today the Department of Chemistry has got its own building with all the latest facilities, and as informed by the head of department, Raghu Chitta, that a lot of instrumentation has been acquired. But in those days, in spite of so many less facilities, he could guide research. That shows the greatness and the vision that he had. Of course, he had the opportunity to work with the Nobel laureates and Padma Shris and Padma Vibhushan. So that shows the greatness, what a person can achieve. Even though he had a very short life, he has achieved many things. We really should remember. I'm not sure whether there is a portrait of his in the department. So I think if they can share that portrait, you can put it in the department so that it will inspire every student who enters the Department of Chemistry to do much and much better. Coming to the topic, basically I'm not a chemist, I'm a civil engineer, but yes, definitely, I became interested in chemistry because, the cement, the cement is very important part of our engineering, and then I started learning. Earlier I was not so keen, but then in my BTech, when the cement, they say how adding a particular chemical compound can change its setting and other properties. Similarly, environmental engineering, if you really want to understand the equations, there I had the opportunity, and then as I graduated, when I was, of course, I was consulting, we wanted to increase the ductility of steel, and then, by changing the composition. So that way, chemistry has in fact affected almost every branch of engineering, though from civil engineering I am telling mine. And today we need chemistry in our daily lives. Even in my administration, I need chemistry in a different sense. If I have good chemistry with my colleagues, then I can run the administration better. But there is a different chemistry. And we are now talking of a different chemistry here. I'm sure with the speakers who are very well informed and they'll be able to deliver and inspire the young minds here who have attended in large numbers. I really thank all of you and extend a very, very warm welcome to all of you. So most of you are not aware, those who have retired probably, that today NIT Warangal has been ranked 21st in the National Institute ranking framework, and we have recruited more than, at least during my last 5 years, technically more than 160 faculty in the various departments of sciences and engineering. And we have built a lot of infrastructure and tried to see that the institute will retain the glory and the name and fame that has been set by professors like Rajagopal, and because that is the best tribute you can pay, to keep going the trends that they have set in the departments. And I am very happy that Professor Kashinath and his team have taken the initiative to organize the seminar. So wish you good luck, and I am very sorry that I had to go because there is one more lecture I have to give. So kindly excuse me, family members of and others, please excuse me, I will have to leave after my address. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your presence over here. So I request Director Sir to spare 5 minutes, just 2 minutes time. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to felicitate our Director Sir with a small token of respect. As rightly said by the Director Sir, chemistry is an unseen core of all the branches of engineering. It is in his tenure, there is a great development in the institute, specifically in the Department of Chemistry also. Thank you so much. Now it's time to listen to all those people who are closely related to Professor K.S. Rajagopal in their academic life. So I request now Professor K. Lakshma Reddy, Senior Professor of the Department, to share his experience in his journey with Professor Rajagopal sir, as well as about him.
respected chief guest for this function, Professor N.V. Raman Rao Garu, Director NIT Warangal, guest of honors, Dr. Angadivar, the PhD student of Professor Rajagopal, another guest of honor, Professor GVP Chandramouli, was my former colleague in the Department of Chemistry NIT Warangal, very great organic chemist and student of Professor Rajagopal. Srimati Radha Madam, so daughter of Professor Rajagopal, and President of the function, Professor Kashinath, Head Department of Chemistry. Invitees, students, good morning to you all. First of all, I welcome for this wonderful function and another historical day in the Department of Chemistry. I think so far such type of function not held in REC or NIT. It's a great trendsetter. I thank and congratulate the family members of the Professor Rajagopal. A wonderful function remembering a great organic chemist of our country. Today we have several invitees, great stalwarts of the Department of Chemistry who retired and attending today's function with the affection towards the Professor Rajagopal. Professor Kanakalingeshwar Rao is the first student at REC Warangal of the PhD student for Rajagopal. Sri CM Totarji, very great organic chemist. We learned many things from him when he was our colleague at this institute. Professor Ajit Kumar Reddy, he also retired from the department. Professor Nageshwar Rao, also retired. Professor Ramchandraya, retired from the department, of course still is with us. And there are several other invitees in the audience. I am very sorry that I'm not able to recollect their names, but there are many great stalwarts who came from the Karnataka, from the Dharwad, and the family members, Rama, Radha, their daughters, and son-in-law K.S. Gopal, family members R. Chitra and Ranganath, and many invitees in the audience. I can see that. So there are several, Professor Jayakumar, Professor Y.N. Reddy, Professor Srinivasa Rao Garu from Kakata University, retired professor, and B. Rajeshwar Rao Garu, and several other family members of the Rajagopal. I welcome you all for this wonderful function. Just now, Professor Sri Lakshmi presented the biodata, and also we have all witnessed the video. See about the Professor Rajagopal. See, is a great scientist, so great organic chemist, a great teacher. He laid the foundation stone at REC Warangal for the chemistry, for starting the MSc program in dyes, drugs, pharmaceutical and pesticides. Those days it is DDPP specialization with 10 students intake. And also he laid the foundation stone for research. In the entire REC Warangal, the first research activity started only in chemistry because of the Professor Rajagopal. Because of that only, the chemistry research started much early when compared to the other departments. So we are number one in many aspects. This is only because of Professor Rajagopal. Whenever we go outside meeting the people, so they used to say, oh, you are Professor Rajagopal department. That was the recognition we have outside. Really, I can compare Professor Rajagopal life history with the doctor or the great inorganic chemist, the Werner. Werner is the father of the coordination chemistry. And Professor Rajagopal is father of our REC chemistry. Werner got the Nobel Prize only at the age of 25 for proposing the dual valency of the coordination chemistry. He only proposed that dual valency, and he received the Nobel Prize in first inorganic chemistry, got the Nobel Prize. And unfortunately, he also died with a road accident, similar way, as Professor Rajagopal met with the road accident. Otherwise, the Professor Rajagopal contributions will be many, many things, but unfortunately, we missed it in early age. So really, even though I have not seen him, but I am seeing his photo every day in the lab. It is there in our organic chemistry lab, his photo. Whenever we see the head of the department's names, his name is first. His name is first because the first HOD of our chemistry department. And also in the PhD, list of the PhD students, the first 5-6 PhD students of Professor Rajagopal only. So that way we used to recollect his contributions about the chemistry department and his dedication towards the chemistry department. Really, we used to talk in many meetings how he great organic chemistry, Professor Rajagopal. But really, it's a great, wonderful occasion for the family members. I once again thank family members. So Radha madam and the Rama madam, they visited several times to the department and met the HOD and for planning the particular activities. So definitely, so as suggested by our director, so we would like to have every year annual memorial lecture on 16th December definitely. So we'll start with this one with the support of the family members of the Professor late Rajagopal. I am very thankful to all the senior colleagues and other invitees for making this function a successful one, a memorable one. Thank you very much for giving this wonderful occasion.
Thank you, sir. You have said many things which we do not know. That he has initiated research at the Department of Chemistry. It is great to know. And you have named him as father of REC chemistry. Really, it is apt for that. And sir said that we will be organizing a memorial lecture. We do organize and we will continue this legacy. And now it's time to listen to all those who are closely associated with Professor Rajagopal sir, his students, his colleagues. Many people have come from faraway places. We are very eager to listen to all of them. Now I request Professor Chandramouli sir to coordinate that program.
Good morning to all of you. There is slight change in the program. As it is already nearing to 11, I thought that it is better to give the chance to people who came all the way and who are also direct students of Professor Rajagopal. And let us listen to the reflections, emotions, and recollections regarding Professor Rajagopal. I request the family members to come and express their emotions on this occasion, followed by the super senior colleagues who have come all the way from Karnataka. Let them express, and finally we will come to the picture. So I'll request now family members. Who will come? Ranga? Okay, Dr. Rama. You start here, Dr.
I don't have much to say, but respected dignitaries on the dais, guests and students. My father was a great inspiration to me. His visit to Basel, Switzerland for his postdoctoral fellowship under the Nobel laureate Reichstein motivated me to follow his footsteps in taking chemistry, which he most cherished. My father was a very caring person, a very good teacher, and a humble person. When I started my research, I realized the importance of my father's work on anti-fertility drugs he had done, which would have been relevant even today. And this makes me very proud of him. I feel honored to be here today to say a few words about my father. Thank you very much.
Pleasant morning to everybody. I am Dr. Ranga Rajagopal. I am the youngest child of Professor Rajagopal. Before I speak my own few words, I would like to just read a message here, which we have received from Dr. Ambekar, our father's, one of his earlier students. He says, thank you for the invitation to the centenary celebration of Professor S. Rajagopal. He was my teacher who taught me how to carry out research, and his guidelines are responsible for my achievements in my profession. I retired as professor and head of the Department of Chemistry, University of Mysore. In fact, I must attend this function, I think, but my age at 86 years and health problems restrict me from travel. Therefore, I request you to excuse me, and I offer my Siras Shashtanga Namaskar to the Atma of Professor S. Rajagopal and wish the function a very grand success. I will keep my talk very short. I am really touched. It's a very nostalgic and emotional moment to be here today, this morning, with all of you. And I should definitely thank the management of NITW and the Department of Chemistry for giving us this opportunity. My father, Professor Rajagopal, was a very affectionate, very kind-hearted person. In fact, when one of his cousins, when I asked him, he said, he was softer than soft. Okay, that is how we defined him. So that is the extent to which he was kind-hearted. All of you have heard of the adage, simple living, high thinking. And my father was a true living example of that adage. Myself and my siblings, we grew up on this campus. I came here when I was just 1 year old, and I have run through literally every street on this campus in those years, been probably carried by a lot of people who are here today with us. My father encouraged me to be persistent and do whatever we felt that we were interested in, be it our Carnatic music classes, which we used to have on classes by our great guru, A-grade AR artist, Janaswami Hanumat Shastri Garu, who used to come all the way from Warangal to teach us, or if it was playing basketball in the very courts that probably you play today, under the able guidance of Mr. Yaqub Ali, an NIS Patiala trained coach, or it was any other religious activity on campus, he was always there with us. And when I had to participate in either the music competitions or on the tournaments for basketball, either within the district or outside, he was always there to see me off and receive me whatever time of the day. Today we talk about thinking out of the box, right? I mean, it's a very in thing today to talk about it. And he was somebody who inspired us and motivated us and practiced it 50 years ago, which is not a small thing at all at that time. I shall just quote a small example or a small incident that happened in our life at that time. Coimbatore has an airport at Mamnur. I suppose some of you probably know about it. And there was a time when I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and Mrs. Indira Gandhi was to visit Coimbatore to visit Warangal at that point of time. We expressed this desire to go and see Indira Gandhi, madam. And my father said, yes, we will do it. And you know, at that time, there was nothing other than public transport. So we had to, literally in the early morning, probably 6 or 7 in the morning, we had to walk down, and we were walking towards the bus stop. And suddenly, there was a car that crossed us. And probably the only car at that time, it was an ambassador car, which is, we had, and it stopped a little feet ahead of us, and Group Captain M.J. Kripalani, he was the principal of RAC at that point of time. He stopped the car, and then when we reached the place and he said, "Where are you going, Professor Rajagopal, with your little children?" And he said, "I'm going to take them to," they wanted to see Mrs. Indira Gandhi and I'm taking them. Group Captain Kripalani was very surprised because Mamnoor airport is somewhere and we were just walking. So he took us, he said, "Just join us in the car," and probably it was my first car ride. We jumped into the car and no time we were there in the VIP enclosure in Mamnoor airport within probably a few feet distance from Mrs. Indira Gandhi. Why I am narrating this incident to you is, he believed that, children wanted something, he made it happen. I mean, that is the kind of father that we had, who always, motivated us and supported us in whatever we did. So many other opportunities, there are so many other people today here to speak. I do not want to eat up into the time, but I can remember the last great incident that I had on campus. We were living on the quarters right here, A1, and it was my birthday. And then I said, I was 9 years or 10 years old at that point of time. I said that I want to have a party for my friends. And we had all just returned from a basketball tournament in Nizamabad. He said, "You go for your game and come back." And then when I came back in the evening with all my friends, he said, "Bring them." I brought about 20, 25 friends. He had organized, I think, a great birthday party for me that evening. And I would never forget it in my whole life. So caring. I mean, it's something that I live with even to this day. I did not know that was the last occasion that I was going to celebrate with him, because just a few days later, myself and my brother had gone to Delhi to be with our uncle, his elder brother, Professor Rangaswamy, who was a head of Department of Chemistry in Delhi University. And then we received this news that our father was no more, and then we had to rush down to Warangal to be here. Really something very difficult for me at that time as a boy of hardly 8 to 9 years old. But I remember one thing which he told me. He said, in life, definitely be smart, but don't be crooked. I think this is something that we have all imbibed from him, his vision in terms of being ethical, leading a very life of integrity and being honest. Life will present you so many opportunities. It is up to you how you take it and do things the right way. I shall definitely would like to mention one or two other points here before I pass on the floor to the other guests. Once my father passed away, my mother, thanks to the management of NIT Warangal, REC Warangal, was given the opportunity to serve in the library here. She served here for several years, and I have spent most of my growing years in the library at REC Warangal, especially in the summer holidays. We came across recently, the fact that my mother had actually published a book way back in 1948, a year before she got married, encouraged by my grandfather. It was a book on Ramayana, which was translated from Sanskrit to Tamil, both language in which she was very conversant. We came across it recently, and we took this opportunity recently in our village festival in Nidamangalam, where the temple was getting consecrated. We reprinted this book, many copies of this book, and distributed there. It was a great divine moment for all of us. We had, like HOD sir said, we were supposed to have this function December 16th, and our father's birth star fell on December 20th. So along with my father's elder sister, who is running all of 95 now, we all were at the village, in our father's village, conducting a puja at the temple there, and that was a truly divine moment again. And today, we are all with you, thanks to the management and the department. I was telling a friend of mine that we have this function today. So he said, 46 years later, are you telling me that people still remember your father? Which institute will do this? Which institute will do this? Which department will do this? NIT Warangal has shown the way, probably to the rest of the country. And the Department of Chemistry, NITW, has shown the way to the rest of NIT Warangal. So with these words, I would I offer my pranams to all the dignitaries on the dais and to all my father's students and elders who have come here. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Of course, he was very young when I was a research scholar. of course, having so much of height, used to come to the lab regularly. Of course, many of you have not seen Professor Rajagopal. He is a replica of Professor Rajagopal. See him, and I am showing the Professor Rajagopal to all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Radha. Raghava. Yeah, Radha.
Hello everyone. My name is Rajagopal. I am a son of Professor Rajagopal. And here is my sister, Radha. We are all very honored to be here today. And thanks to all of you for attending this function. And thanks to all the students, older students of my father, and the present-day faculty to be here today. Thank you to the Department of Chemistry and NIT Warangal to have conducted this program today. Thank you very much.
Now I invite Dr. Angadiyawar, of course, who was the last student of Professor Rajagopal in Karnataka University. So please come over here.
Professor Ramana Rao, who has moved from the dais to attend some other function. Dr. Chandramouli, Dr. Kaushinath, Rama, and all members of Professor Rajagopal's family and friends. I am the last student of Professor Rajagopal who submitted PhD thesis to the Karnataka University. And Professor Rajagopal was a serene, calm, and distinguished scientist. And before going to some details, I would like to say one small story. When Professor Einstein, he announced his theory of E equal to mc square, he became very famous in the world. And suddenly people woke up and started inviting for special lectures and all. And he had a driver who was driving to the location and all. Once driver said, he was also very good, memorily he was very good, and asked Professor Einstein, Professor Einstein, what is great thing that every university are going and they telling the same thing? Even I can do that, he said. And coolly, Einstein said that, oh, it's nice, why don't you do this? Today we are going, I'll become a driver and you give the lecture. And true to that one, the driver, he went to dais and he gave a lecture. He didn't say that he was Einstein's driver. And he behaved as if he himself was an Einstein, and Einstein was sitting among the audience, and he gave exactly previous what Einstein had spoken. He gave the same word to word, same this and all this. And someone, he woke up from the audience, he asked a question, then he was stuck there. He could not answer, because in the previous meeting, such question was not asked. Yeah, because he was just repeating what Einstein had said in the previous meeting. Then he is such a wise fellow. He said, no, it is a small question. It is not to my level. And he said that, why didn't you ask him? My driver is sitting there. Why don't you ask him? So it is like I am a dumb fellow in front of Professor Rajagopal. So always I look at Rajagopal whenever I need his help. And similar these things, stories that I am not going to do that. One Dr. Reddy, when he was speaking here, he said that he was the culture for the starting of research culture here in this one. In the same way, in Karnataka University was started in 1949, and Professor Rajagopal joined in 1958. Before that, between 1949 and 58 or 57, you say, one Professor Nargund was the head of the department. Because of some problem, Professor Nargund left the department. There was some accident. One of the students, he met with an accident, explosive, while conducting instruments. He felt bad and he left. The entire responsibility was given to Professor Rajagopal. Professor Rajagopal, as Dr. Reddy said, that Professor Rajagopal, he was responsible for creating the culture, research culture in NIT Warangal. But Karnataka University, Professor Rajagopal heading the chemistry department, he was responsible for spreading the culture of research in entire Karnataka, except Indians of Science, Bangalore. Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, that was an old institute. They had a lot of experience and they were conducting. But university in the Karnataka Karnataka, they were not very much conversant with the research, and they didn't have much of research culture. They were just educating the students, but no research. And Professor Rajagopal, that particularly in chemistry department, there are about, just 2 minutes, I'll go back. Karnataka University has about 47 departments. It's one of the largest universities in Karnataka with 888 acres of campus spread over, and about 47 departments and 42 research programs, and more than 47 students working for the PhD program. There are 200 affiliations, college affiliations at Karnataka University, and 3 PG centers. This is the time when Professor Rajagopal entered Karnataka University, and in a short span of about 9-10 years, he produced a number of PhDs in different organic chemistry topics. The first student was Dr. Joel. He worked on some nitrogen heterocycles, and also he developed some process for synthesizing the organic molecules that has been published in Organic Synthesis. And interestingly, that every student who came out under Professor Rajagopal, they excelled in the world everywhere they have shined. And Dr. Jolad, after completing his PhD program, he was first student of the Professor Rajagopal in Karnataka University. He went to United States, then Australia. He retired from there, and ultimately to spend retired time he came to Karnataka. And after that, he is no more. Jolad was no more. He is. And after that, Dr. Puranik, he was there, and he worked on xanthons on suppose the central nervous system stimulants. He went to Cambridge or somewhere after he's taking PhD from the Professor Rajagopal. Then again he came back to Karnataka University, is retired as Professor of Chemistry. And after that, Dr. Jamkandi, he did work on thiocoumarins. Thiocoumarins are again the work of the chemical molecules which control the coagulation of blood and all such things, etc. And then was the Agassimundin, he became the Professor of Chemistry at Gulbarga University. Then one Dr. Nagangowda, he worked for, he established his own company in the United States of America after working with North Carolina University. And recently he was with Arrow Chemicals in Hyderabad for a couple of years to develop some process for lipids. Then again he has gone back to the United States. After Nagangowda, I was the last one who was working. And when he was leaving, Professor Rajagopal leaving Karnataka and coming to REC at that time, he said, somebody asked, you are leaving Mr. Angadivar alone, who is going to take her? He said that he is like Ranga to me. I am not going to forget him. I see that wherever I am there, he is through. And to his word, within 2 years, he made me to complete my PhD program. I completed the PhD program, submitted thesis, then I went to IIT Kanpur. I was working with Professor George. And interestingly, I must remember Professor Rajagopal here. Professor Rajagopal, he is guide to the core. He used to train students to excel everywhere, wherever we go as students. It's not, no, my previous professor didn't teach me this, and no. And in fact, they should remember Professor Raju, not only me, they have to remember, because who is the student with whom he has worked previously? They should know that I worked with Professor Rajagopal. This can be known only out of my work. I am the ambassador of Professor Rajagopal wherever I go in terms of the work I do. That will show the importance of Professor Rajagopal. There at Kanpur, when I joined for there were two problems with Professor Rajagopal. One of the students, he had fought with Professor Rajagopal because he was not getting results. Professor George was telling he is not working like that. He left and went. And another the program, photochemical transformation, it was a new field for me. And at the same time, they had junked it because they could not achieve results, and then junked it and kept. After I joined again, they had an habit of, IIT Kanpur people had an habit of trying the old problems, giving to the new students whatever they had left, and see whether this fellow can do something. Accordingly, Professor George called one of the, he is a doctor who was working with National College, Bangalore. He was invited, he was called back to complete his post-PhD program. He attached to me, and similarly the photochemical transformations of signones was also left unsolved, and that also the problem was given. Now, Chandramouli, they are going to talk about the recent developments in organic synthesis. Okay, recent development is fine, but what Professor Rajagopal taught me, or students at Karnataka University. In addition, that time our knowledge, as a theoretical knowledge, we may put a bracket, eliminate molecular rotate rate. Today it is not like that. You have to give explanation how which oxygen went with the water, which hydrogen remained, came back, and all those things. That was the theoretical. That time theoretical chemistry didn't have much, I don't say importance, knowledge. We didn't have much of it. But we had very good knowledge of how the organic synthesis can be achieved with the various reactions were available at that time. That way, I was fairly skilled organic chemist, trained by Professor Rajagopal. To an interesting thing that I could solve both the problems, the photochemical transformations of Signon, which was sold before I went. I took it back and solved that we saw published in international journal. And the PhD person who had fought and gone to his place and he was called back, whatever he could not achieve the results, whatever he could not do. I saw that initially I worked on it, I established the results and then handed over. He completed his PhD program. He went back with the PhD testing degree. And this is a short story of my association with Professor Rajagopal at Karnataka University, but the things did not. After I finished my work at IIT Kanpur, again I had a family attachment of Professor Rajagopal. We were talking about Professor Rangaswamy from IIT Delhi, Professor Rajagopal's elder brother. His daughter Komala Srinivasan, she was married to one Ramaswamy Srinivasan IIT, not IIT, IBM in New York. And he was working on photochemical transfer and organic lasers. I associated with him and I worked with him. I had very nice working experience with him and I came back. I think I have taken enough time. Whatever I had little association with Professor Rajagopal, I have put before you. And I thank you for your patient hearing. I sincerely thank the organizers and Professor Rajagopal's family members for inviting me to participate in this one. Thank you one and all.
Professor Katti. Next person is CM Totar.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, Dr. Rajagopal's family members, his disciples, and all his followers of the Warangal and all other places. I am coming from Dharwad. I was the MSc student and research student under this great person, great reformer of teaching and research, Dr. Rajagopal. And his teachings for all my friends and colleagues appealed so much that in a function, while giving fish pond, I hope you can listen. We all together gave him a title that Dronacharya, because of his excellent teaching of reaction mechanism with beautiful arrows on the board. And when we go a little deep, it has taught so many things other than chemistry in the life, those arrows. And that name that we had given, Dronacharya, is 100% applicable in so many, just like Vishnu Sahasranama, so many good, wonderful things are there. This small title explains everything about a great reformer in chemistry, research and teaching. He was the great guru. In the sense, Dr. Rajagopal didn't teach only chemistry for all of us, but these arrows also took us to the best future in their life, not only reaction mechanism, they extended in all facets of life for his wonderful guidance, how to live, how to love people, how to win the life. That was his great teaching also, directly and indirectly. Karnataka University is very much thankful to him for his reform that was made in chemistry. Earlier when I came to the chemistry department in Dharwad, people used to go away from the chemistry department because of the bad smells probably coming out. But when Dr. Rajagopal entered, chemistry department was attracting with his research, this thing and everything, with good smell of teaching and research started smelling in the chemistry department. It was really all of the people from Karnataka that they came to know this wonderful revolution. And the entry of a person, entry of a great person like Rajagopal changes the whole atmosphere of the area. And Dharwad, of course, it is known for its high culture, education, everything, but it jumped by leaps and bounds when our Guru Rajagopal entered the Dharwad, as Angadi was just now telling. Dr. Rajagopal is 100% is a word to explain every good qualities of a Guru that were there in him. Not only research and teaching, every good qualities in the Guru we observed in him very effectively. It was actually in Dharwad a green revolution in the teaching and research, we can say. And I am not lucky because I achieved this thing, that thing, professor, this indicate. No, but I am proud of only one thing in my life, that I was the disciple of Dr. Rajagopal. I can never forget his good qualities. And after that also, this tradition is continued with the children he has left here, his family. Probably as a token of same Arya culture, Rajagopal should be continued. Radha, Arya, Rama, Arya, Raghava, Arya, and all have been tradition continued in this form. As a token of, you can say, the 4 ragas in Hindustani Sangeet. These ragas are there, enlightened in the 4 dishas, directions of the world. That's how we can interpret his these things. About his personal life, I was almost his family member. His good qualities is really unique, we can say. In Karnataka University, we write as a symbol, Arive Guru. I hope you can understand the meaning, Arive Guru. Dr. Rajagopal is so much suitable for that because he made the people to know Arivu about Guru. Arive Guru is different. What is actually a Guru? That meaning we came to know through his activities and everything. In fact, he won all Arishad Vargas. He was never angry, never upset. We have to learn a lot of good things to him, and he was never like that. He was always in a good mood. Good mood means good mood of research and teaching, how to do this thing, how to do that. Other things, the selfish things, small things, he never used to bring him. So the very face, the very walk, the very talk, everything of his this thing we observe. It used to teach some or the other lessons. He won all Arshad Vargas, and these four I have told you just like Rara like that. They are also the symbol of Sadguna, Satcharitra, Sajjanata and Sampradaya were all there incorporated in one person, acted Dr. Rajagopal. I am really luckiest because I am able to participate in this function. It is the golden day. I never forget this one in my life. And of course, he has taught me how to live and how to be happy, how to be healthy. And it is for this reason I am in this state at the age of 80. It is also a contribution of Dr. Rajagopal. And I am lucky that in 100th celebration, his family members and this institution, I am really proud of science institutions about the nation, and particularly when I entered this campus also. And you have told me that Dr. Rajagopal's role is also there in this, and all those things I was personally able to see. And again, I extend my thanks to all family members, institutions, and organizers. Thank you.
There is again a small change in the program. This is Karnataka University is over. Now the REC family starts from here with Totar. But Totar, kindly pardon me for 1 minute. Because there is a small commercial break. There is a message left from Sada Gopan, I think from IIT, IIIT Bangalore. He was also expected to be on the stage. So there is a message to be read on behalf of Sada Gopan. Professor J. Kumar will read the message. Afterwards, I will invite Professor Tota.
Good morning to all of you. I think it's a really historic occasion that we are having, celebrating the 100th birthday of an illustrious professor in a department which he started. I think it's a great trendsetter that you have done. Professor Rajagopal, whose speech I will read, he is an illustrious nephew of Professor Rajagopal. He was a professor at IIT Kanpur. He was my doctoral advisor, and then I know him for past 40 years. He was supposed to be here, and yesterday evening he had to attend, go to Chennai for a very important program. So he called me, he sent me a speech and said, "Can you kindly read it on my behalf?" And when I'm, hearing all the speakers in the morning, I just thought, a good education can change anyone. A good teacher can change everything. I think that is what the message that we get in the morning. And coming to Professor Rajagopal's speech, it's a very simple thing that he sent me. In fact, this early morning, I got a message around 6:30. He says, "A very special day, all the best. I could not present my bad luck. Please convey my apologies to all the college staff and the invitees." His speech goes like this. It's my privilege and honor to be speaking today at the centenary celebration of a very illustrious professor, Professor S. Rajagopal. Born in a village, Kalyanapuram, very close to Tiruvayaru, the birthplace of Saint Tyagaraja, Dr. Rajagopal studied in two eminent institutions, of his time, National College Trichy and Andhra University. None other than the doyen of organic chemistry in India, Dr. T.R. Sheshadri, fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry in India, was the PhD supervisor at Andhra University. Prof. Rajagopal did his postdoc with Nobel laureate Dr. Easton at the University of Basel, Switzerland during 1953-55. Probably very few of us were born at that time. And the young students in NITW attend this event must know that in those days, the ship was the only travel option for travel across the continent. The travel times were months and not days. Returned to Andhra University, Professor Rajagopal continued his active research for 3 years and moved to Karnataka University, Dharwad. In fact, I have, as a civil engineer, as a person working in water resource, I have a small information about Karnataka University, which probably very few people know. The architecture of Karnataka University is constructed, the ridge line of the main building is aligned on the ridge line of the Western Ghats. So when it rains, whatever comes on the western side goes to Arabian Sea, whatever comes on the eastern side goes to Bay of Bengal. It's a very unique building in the whole country, where the Karnataka University's main building is constructed alignment with the ridge line of the Western Ghats. Very, very rare architectural features which we all study as civil engineers. Professor, at Dharwad, he guided many PhD students. We see Professor Angadi here, Professor others who just spoke. He was one of the 5 full professors and the first chemistry professor at REC Warangal. And he, of course, passed away tragically in accident 76. His contribution to the institute contributed a lot to the teaching. He was instrumental in starting the MSc program at Andhra University. His papers of 1950s, 60s, and 70s have citations even today. So that is something which all of us know. And as a very senior early faculty member, he contributed a lot to the academic and physical infrastructure of REC Warangal as well. My decision, that is Professor Rajagopal's decision, to switch from a corporate job to an academic position was very much influenced by Professor Rajagopal. He was a tall leader, a professor who has done PhD, in postdoc in extremely good institution with very good supervisors, and very friendly, and took a lot of care of guiding youngsters. The Indian scientific community and generation of students of Andhra University, Karnataka University and REC Warangal have benefited from his guidance. Luckily, some of his former students and colleagues are here today to share their experiences. I am grateful to NIT Warangal authorities, particularly the director. Of course, he has also mentioned my name. Professor Rajagopal's family is very much present here. It's indeed a proud day for all of them. As a nephew, I'm equally proud. Thank you all. In fact, I have a very, very special attraction towards chemistry department. When I was doing a master's at PhD IIT Kanpur, chemistry was in an IIT, the biggest department was chemistry, with 3 great stalwarts at that time, Professor P.T. Narasimhan, Professor C.N. Rao, Dr. George. So Trimurtis, they were all at one time, and we used to just go around with them with such freedom. We never felt they were so great, and we could meet, talk to people without feeling a sense of inferiority. That was IIT Kanpur that has taught me, and this institute has been a great institute. I've been here for a little more than 30 years, just superannuated last year. And when Professor Rajagopal visited this institute in the year 2019 for the Diamond Jubilee year of NIT Warangal, he was very particular that he visits chemistry department. He asked me to take me to the quarters where he stayed, so we went around the campus, and even last couple of days back he said he would like to visit the campus again, but he could not come. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Daughter. So now this is the REC chain. He was senior to me by about 10 to 11 years.
Thank you. Thank you, Jan.
Good evening, young friends. Rest of all the people are my friends and my colleagues. So I need not address them. They are there. I am from Karnataka University, as Dr. Angadiyavar and Dr. Katti were there. And I am from REC also. So I am the link between Karnataka University and REC Warangal. Professor Rajagopal, he started his career from small village and did his post-graduation in Andhra University, worked in Karnataka University, came to Usmania University, REC Warangal, then it was under Usmania University. Afterwards it became Kakatiya University. See, before that one, PG Center of the Kakatiya University started, Department of Chemistry started in the Department of Chemistry REC Warangal. Few of them they are here, who were the first batch students. One or two are here. I don't remember their names. In those days, when it started, the syllabus was Usmania University, and few staff members were also from Usmania University. We REC people, lecturers, we used to take their classes also, classes as well as practicals. And when it came to chemicals and apparatus, they had brought from Usmania University, they used them here, and after 3 years, it was shifted to their own campus. So REC people were left with no instruments, no chemicals. Because of those things, we had started our PhD programs. When all the apparatus and chemicals were taken away, then our program was hindered. So Professor Rajagopal started thinking to start a MSc course in this department. So he started contacting the UGC and other things. They said it will be similar to the other university syllabus. Then started thinking. See, before that one, we had some background. That was, I was working in the industry, number of industries. Sunata Food and Fabrics, Hindustan Photo Film Manufacturing Company, Ooty, Amar Dye Chemical Company, Kalyan, Bombay, Ranchi Rayons, and Bhadras Paper Mill. And here, for BTech students, we used to teach industrial chemistry. So we felt that we will make the MSc course as an industrial organic chemistry. So it was approved. And it was about to start, but Professor Rajagopal was not there. When the course came, we few people, myself, Dr. Chandramouli, Dr. Kanakaringeshwar Rao, and few of the senior professors like Professor V.V. Somajalu, P.S. Shastri, and Y.D. Reddy, Adrian Reddy, like that, few of them. But they were not quite happy because they were thinking that less luggage, more comfort. So MSc course starting means it will be more burden on them. But we people, myself, Kanakaringeshwar Rao, and Chandramouli, we felt that we should start, otherwise our research work cannot be progressed. So we started helping him. And we asked Professor that the industrial organic chemistry course will be started. It was approved. But he was not there. And when it came, and we started taking the course with the help of the other people, inorganic and physical chemistry, other people, and it was running. And then the students they used to come with a very dull face. Because, see, many of you are also here who are not very much enthusiastic. You are not filled with enthusiasm because you have lost the opportunity of engineering college or medical college. After intermediate, you wrote the entrance examination, you could not enter into the engineering or medical. Is it right? So you came to BSc. BSc also what happened? There the method of teaching was very dull. We were not motivated. So Professor Rajagopal had told us, motivate the students, because he used to go to a number of colleges as examiner and he had seen. And then he told us, motivate the students, and then only you can bring the course to the success. So then I started telling them how to motivate them. I started thinking. Then I told them Vishnu Sharma's stories. You know Vishnu Sharma? Panchatantra, any of you have read? None of you have read. Panchatantra, there was a king, he had 3 sons, and all the 3 sons were vagabonds. He had a great thinking, how to make these people intelligent and see that they will be next rulers. But it was not possible. He announced it in kingdom and nobody came forward to teach them. Vishnu Sharma came forward and he told that I will make them very intelligent people in 6 months. So he started telling them stories. Which stories do you know? Birds, animals. So though all the 3 were very much attracted with those stories and they followed him. And he took to his ashrama and made them intelligent people. That is how the motivation started. So we also started motivating the students, telling them what chemistry, where we can get the job, just like being a demonstrator in some college or at the most very influential people, some lecturer job, thing. Then we said there are a large number of industries in India. So you will be very easily absorbed in the industries. You will become chemists. Not only that one, but you will become scientists, MSc, then PhD, scientists. You are nearer to the Nobel Prize. If you do research in protein chemistry, you will be quite nearer to the Nobel Prize. Try. If not Nobel Prize, at least Bhatnagar Prize. So like that our people started doing MSc and many of them joined research and large number of people they have completed their PhDs and few of them they have started their own industries also. Our students have started their own industries. So don't think that MSc chemistry becoming a teacher in a high school or demonstrator in a college or at the most lecturer in the college. Going up to university is not possible. It's not like that. So we started motivating the students and the relation between the teacher and students were so nearer that I will tell you one shloka for that one. Asmakam badri vetre Vishmakam badri taruhu Bhadrayana sambandham vayam yum. Nobody has understood it. I'll tell you. One hot summer, one yatri, it was 120 years old story. A yatri was coming. In those days there were no vehicles. They used to walk and there were no hotels. They used to eat in agraharas. Agraharas means where the people used to be fed for yatris. So in that hot sun when they came at 12 o'clock, it was 42 degrees centigrade and some children were, it was May vacation, children were playing under the tree. So he came and asked one boy, where is your father? Is he at home? He ran away. He ran away to his house and told his mother, Mama, ఎవరో వచ్చారు అమ్మ నాన్న అడుగుతున్నారు అన్న. అరే అంత అనేసి ఆ అబ్బాయి తల్లి గుమ్మది వరకు వచ్చేసి రండి 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 ఇప్పుడే బయటకు వెళ్ళారు వస్తారు రండి అని అని. సో దిస్ జెంటిల్మెన్ వాజ్ క్వైట్ హ్యాపీ అండ్ వెంట్ టు దేర్ హౌస్. దట్ లేడీ గేవ్ హిమ్ water and also jaggery, and it was cool. Then he sat for some time, and the boy's mother told, no, you ask them to take food because your father may come little late. So she came and asked him, come, you take the food, he may come late. That is, Yajamana of that house may come late. So he was invited, he was given water, and he took his food. When he finished his food and came to the front hall, the Yajamana of that house came and he saw him. Wife also came outside and she saw him. So both of them, husband and wife, they were seeing this gentleman. Wife thought that he is related to husband. This husband thought that he may be related to his wife. So there was confusion. So this gentleman said that, no, don't bother. Asmakam badri vetre vishmakam badri taruhu. Badrayan sambandham oyam um. That is, the umbrella which I am holding, the central stick, which is made up of that badri vriksha, that is badri tree. And in your house, in your backyard, this badri vriksha is there. It may be related. This stick and this may be related. If you say that we are having relation between you and me, which is good. If you think that there is relation, it's good. If you don't think that there is no relation, like that, we all the people are linked to Professor Rajagopal. It is a Badri Vriksha. We are some sticks, and you people are also, because I was a teacher here, many of them are my students here, and students you are there. That is our relation. Chemistry is our main thing with Professor Rajagopal. That's how we are related each other. Never have any negative thinking. Have always a positive thinking. For that one, Professor Rajagopal once told me a story. That is, Sri Krishna asked Duryodhana, he was also called as Suyodhana, Duryodhana, to go around the earth and find out one good man. So he started his journey from east to west. Then he called Dharmaraja and he told him, go and find out some bad man. So he went from west to east. So they went on searching. Duryodhana, he asked everybody, oh, this man is not good fellow. This man is not very good fellow. All are bad people. Whereas Dharmaraja, he went, he is good person, he is good person, he is good person. So always positive thinking. And when they returned back, Duryodhana told, there are no good people. Whereas Dharmaraja told, all are good people, there are no bad people at all. So like that, do not have negative thinking, have the positive thinking, and be courageous and work for the better thing. So learn the good things from our department. In our department, when we started, we did not have many apparatuses. So we started taking the tube light and broken burette making as a condenser. And then when we got the course, we got the apparatuses and other things, started research work, and it was booming. And large number of people have taken their PhDs from this institution. And you also be courageous, be enthusiastic, leave the negative thinking, have the positive thinking, and work for the betterment, not only for your subjects, but in the society also. Have your name, good name. So like that, our professor was told we were walking on his advices only, and all the 5 R's are here: Rajagopal, Radha, Ranga, Raghava, all the 5 people, Rama, all the 5 people are 5. You have heard 3 R's, RRR. So this 5 people's RRR is culmination of good things. So we are giving our good respects to Professor Rajagopal and wish you all the best. Thank you.
I hope you are enjoying good sleep. The most difficult part is listen to somebody. But what to do? We'll finish again.
One message, 1 minute message.
Yeah, that.
We can play it.
Yeah.
No, audio.
Okay, there is one small message from Dr. Nageswar Rao. Audio message. It is only audio message. So you need not see the person, you listen to him. Thank you.
First of all, I have to express my sincere thanks to the Professor Rajagopal and his family for inviting me to say a few words about my journey. After completing my PhD under the supervision of Professor Rajagopal, I moved to Department of Biochemistry, AIIMS, New Delhi. This experience I gained in synthetic organic chemistry helped me to first raise antibodies to small molecule. This made me to be a teacher, researcher in immunology and biochemistry of infectious diseases, received outstanding awards from various organizations, guided 30 students for PhD, MD and MSc. I retired from service in 2016 as a professor and head of biochemistry, AIIMS, New Delhi. Professor Rajagopal is a fine researcher having a future direction in anti-fertility compounds. His great attachment, love to students, giving fine suggestions are the key to the success of my life. I once again thank the NITW for giving a platform for my bright career at AMS New Delhi. Thank you very much.
Already started.
Yes.
Okay, we'll break for some time. Tea is getting cold.
Please wait 5 minutes. So we have to conclude this inaugural session. Let us felicitate our guest of honor, Professor Angadiyavar. Professor Angadiyavar. Let us felicitate with him. With a small token of respect. I request the dignitaries on the dais to felicitate him. Inaugural program only. We will break for tea after that. So please wait for 5 minutes. Let me invite Dr. Radha ma'am to propose vote of thanks.
Reported, respected dignitaries on the dais, of the dais and the guests, on behalf of all the family members of Professor Rajagopal, I extend my sincere thanks to Professor N.V. Ramana Rao, Director, NIT Warangal, for consenting to be the chief guest of today's function. This memorable function would not have been possible without his unflinching support and gracious presence today. Professor D. Kasinath, Head, Department of Chemistry, NIT Warangal, has been a pillar of support and painstakingly put together this entire program. I extend my wholehearted thanks to him for all his cooperation in making this program a grand success. I would like to thank Dr. Chandramouli and Professor Akila Sahu for accepting to deliver the special lectures today. It is indeed a great pleasure and honor for all of us to have the presence of some of the former students of Professor Rajagopal. I would personally thank Dr. Angadiyawar, Dr. Katti, Dr. Chandramouli, Dr. Kanakalingeshwar Rao, Mr. Totar, Dr. Vichal Rao for taking the time and effort to be with us today. My thanks to all the faculty members of the Department of Chemistry, all the doctoral students, postdoctoral students, PG students, and non-teaching staff. I would like to thank the invited guests from other departments of NITW. I would like to thank members of the press and media. My thanks to all the family members, my husband, K.S. Gopal, for his constant support, my classmates, my seniors, the 69 batch, Dr. Sri Lakshmi, Dr. Veera Reddy, and Dr. Bose for being here, and all the friends for being a part of this function. I thank you all very much.
Thank you, Madam, for acknowledging the support rendered by all the people for making this program a grand success. So, we are concluding this inaugural session with National Anthem. After that, we will be breaking for tea. After that, we have one session by Professor Akila Sahu, School of Chemistry, University of Hyderabad. Now, I request all of you to rise for National Anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you all. We can go. You can break for tea. It is arranged. It is arranged beside this backside of this building. Okay. After the tea break, please assemble only for 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, please assemble here for the technical session.